I don't think you'll find anybody who at this point will refute that the Basel effect is real, that Art Basel really catalyzed so much growth and change, at least in the visual arts in Miami. But I equally feel that that there is still this sense that there are 51 weeks of the year where it's a very dynamic and vibrant city, but the rest of the world who has gone home may not recognize us as such yet. And I think that part of that is just, frankly, marketing and PR on behalf of the city, and making this constant concerted push. And I see that with this with my museum peers here in the city. I think everyone does an incredible job in terms of trying to convey the excellence ongoing, not just for that 1 week in December, of the programs that they are producing, exhibitions, etc. But we're not there yet, and that's okay. I mean, Miami is a young city, and I feel like it hasn't, in some ways, grown into itself yet, and that is normal and to be expected. But I do believe that it's one of the more dynamic and exciting cities because of that. There is, as we were speaking earlier, this rawness to it, this energy that doesn't exist in more established cities. Is it local, national, international? Well, it depends. It depends, I think, on the organization. The Perez is our city museum, and I think that its reach is definitely national/international. The Lowe's core audiences are more national, although we work on are more local, although we work on a national and international scale as well, in terms of the shows we do and the loans we are sending out into the wider world, and even our presence in professional arenas in the museum fields, whether it's education or curatorial or leadership. So it does depend on the circumstances, but I think that Miami is, again, it goes back to its cosmopolitan nature, a really exciting place that when we are abroad or even in other places in the US, and people that you're meeting for the first time here, that you're from Miami, people's eyes light up. Miami's got this mystique about it still, to this day, that I don't see going away. I just see it growing into itself, that kind of civic architecture that is not fully formed yet will be there, and will give the city more of a sense of cohesiveness and stability in terms of philanthropy, for example, something that of course I think about all the time. But yeah, I think that it's definitely one of the more exciting cities. So here's a funny point. I have a small, it's a confession and a point. I have a small candle addiction, and I tend to, unfortunately, like very expensive candles made in France. And the reason I bring this up is because the candles I like have this, they're made by a company called Diptyque. So shout out to Diptyque, but they have these city candles that you could only buy in the specific city. So there's Paris, there's Tokyo, there's New York, there's Beverly Hills, Shanghai, Hong Kong, London, Berlin, and you guessed it, Miami. So I think the fact that Miami is one of Diptyque's city candles on a very weird consumer-driven scale speaks volumes about how the wider world sees our incredible city.